Manny Machado. Getty Images. Baltimore. Maybe this can help explain a little of the buzz that is percolating around this town in this lost baseball summer, especially in these days that are increasingly filled with speculation of where Manny Machado may finish the season, especially as it pertains to one potential address. These were the first summers of the Orioles after they arrived from St. Louis in time for the 1954 season. Barry Levinson and his cousin, Eddie, would make the pilgrimage to either the Emerson Hotel or the Lord Baltimore Hotel, which is where the visiting baseball teams would stay. Ed had retained his Yankees fandom despite having a brand new baseball team in town, so he would make sure to drag Barry there whenever the Bombers came. And Eddie would be in his glory as one by one, the stars would make their way into the lobby: Moose Skowron, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Hank Bauer. Dutifully, they would each sign Eddie's autograph book. And, dutifully, Barry would keep his book closed and keep his pen in his pocket. They were the Yankees, Levinson says with a laugh. Still, more than 60 years later, I couldn't have a Yankee sign my book. Are you kidding? All these years later, the man who wrote and directed Diner, and directed The Natural, and won an Oscar for Rain Man, still dutifully roots for his Orioles, still suffering through every inning on TV of the 10-2 loss they absorbed in the nightcap of Monday's doubleheader. Oscar-winning director Barry Levinson, a lifelong Orioles fan. Barry Levinson, he was 13 when they came to his hometown and he was smitten at once. His favorite player was Chuck Dyering, a center fielder on that first Orioles team who hit all of 14 home runs and batted .249 in a 9-season career. That first O's team was 54-100 and finished 57 games out of first place in the American League. Compared to what Baltimore is seeing this summer, that was a season dusted in gold. It's worse now, it's much worse, Levinson says. It's even worse than it was during some of those years not long ago when they were losing so much, because at least there was reason to hope. Now, everything is in disarray. Lots of wrong decisions, lots of moves that went badly. He sighs. And now Manny Levinson is a New Yorker now, so he has been keenly aware of his neighbor's proprietary interest in Machado right from the start, the way his Yankees fan friends have long just assumed Machado would be shuttling up I-95 at some point in his career. And as young Barry might have said, they're the Yankees. Now he simply enjoys what he knows are the final few moments he'll get to enjoy Machado in an Orioles uniform. And while the notion of him in Yankees pinstripes might be especially galling to a genuine Baltimore guy, it's the looming reality of Machado in any other vestments that's equal parts depressing and infuriating. Machado is, and has been, the star. He's so incredible, playing all these years, watching him every day, and knowing he's still got so many years as one of the best players in the game. This one is a tough one to come to terms with. They should have signed him long-term early and never did. There's something else, too, that separates the special angst of a Baltimore fan enduring a baseball summer this woeful from, say, a Mets fan who, while listening to the laments of an Orioles fan, is probably tempted to scream, "Hold my beer." We're always in the shadow of Washington and Philly, Levinson says. And we always feel like you have to watch carefully or they'll take your team away. There was the Colts. There was the old Baltimore Bullets, who kept moving farther and farther away until one day you look up and they're in Washington. It's just different when you're from a smaller town. New York is everything, has everything. But in Baltimore the teams are a part of you. If anything, the awful specter of this summer has made Levinson cling to his fonder sporting memories even more: the 3 Baltimore football wins over the Giants, the remarkable Orioles run from 1966 to 1983. And even earlier than that. First autographed baseball I ever got, he says. Bullet Bob Turley of the '54 Orioles. It is pointed out that Turley was traded to the Yankees the next season, won 82 games and 4 World Series with them in 4 years, and there is quiet on the other end of the telephone. Yeah, Barry Levinson says. I had to put it away for a while.